Okay. So remember that yesterday we were talking about news. I'm going to turn on my camera and let's start. Yes? So yesterday we were talking about news and we have two important questions. I'm going to show you the questions. Yep. Here you have the two questions. How do you find out about the news? What kind of news are you interested in? Right? So we're going to answer these two questions, but I want to listen to you. So let's start with you, Jose Luis. Jose Luis, how do you find out about news? You listen to radio, you watch television, you read the newspaper. How do you find out?
Le escucho medio entrecortado, me preguntó ¿qué estoy haciendo ahora?
No, I'm asking you, how do you find out about news? You remember the verb find out? I'm going to show you. You remember the verb to find out? Here you have the meaning. Right? How do you find out about the news? Do you listen to the radio? Do you read the newspaper? You watch television? What do you do?
Televisión, TV.
Okay. Watch television? Yeah, that's good.
Sí,
Thank you, Jose Luis. Sebastian, what kind of news are you interested in? Do you like sport news, weather news, local news, entertainment news? What kind of news are you interested in?
Sport news.
Okay, you like sport news. You like more soccer or basketball?
Soccer.
Okay. You have a favorite team? You have a favorite soccer team?
De Barcelona. ¿Sería así?
You like Barcelona soccer team? Okay. It's not bad. So let me show you. We're here. So thank you so much, Sebastian. I just want you to remember that sources, right, are how we find out about the news. You read the newspaper, you listen to the radio, you watch television, right? Those are sources. Remember, please, this word, sources. Sí, esas son las fuentes de las noticias. ¿Cómo conseguimos las noticias? From radio, from television, from newspaper, from internet. And types of news, I'm going to share the screen, right? Types of news, so are business news, sports news. Harold, can you tell me other types of news? Which other types of news you remember? You know the different types of news? We have business news, sports news. What else? Como decimos, noticias del clima, noticias de comida, fashion news. Any other types?
Noticias de food news.
Okay, food news. Yeah, healthy news, right? Can you read what we have here? Harold, can you read what we have here? Yeah, here we have finance news, crime, politics news, entertainment news. Can you repeat, please, those words? Business,
Business news. Finance news. Crime news. Sport news. Entertainment news.
politics, right? Politics news, perfect. Thank you so much, Harold. So now that we have talked about this, shall we listen to this conversation, please? Okay, yeah, I only have you, the four of you. So listen to three people answering the questions in A and B, right? You remember the two questions? How do you find out about the news? What kind of news are you interested in? So those two questions we have, and we need to listen to them. Listen again and complete the sentences. So please, I want you to listen carefully and try to complete the sentences. Sí, vamos a escuchar a tres personas respondiendo las mismas preguntas que acabamos de responder. How do you find out the news? You remember Jose Luis, he watched televisions, right? He watches television. You remember Sebastian, he's interested in sport news. So let's check about these three people. We're going to listen to Jamal, yes, Jeremy, and Amanda. Those are the three the three people. But we need to complete the sentences. Sí, tenemos que completar lo que están diciendo. Jamal doesn't find out about the news because he is busy, because he works, because he doesn't like. What happened with Jamal? Let's listen to this, please. Pardon, I'm going to check I'm going to share the audio. Now, everybody listen. Pay attention, please.
Transcript 8.1, page 82, exercise 3. 1. Jamal,
I have a very busy life, so I don't have time to watch the news. The news is so bad most of the time anyway, but I like to follow the soccer news. I'm a soccer fan, so when my team's playing and there's a goal, I get a message on my phone. I got a message to say that we won the championship when I was out of the country on vacation.
2. Jerome,
It depends on the news. I get the newspaper for local news and to find out what's on, shows, plays, movies. I usually watch world news on the television when I get back from work in the evenings. I don't like news about celebrities. To me, that's not news, it's just gossip.
3. Amanda,
I stopped buying the newspaper because I get information online. There are a lot of websites that give you the world news as it happens. Al Jazeera is good for news from the Arab world, for example. The newspaper is great. It's relaxing to read the paper, but when you buy it, well, it's old news already. The weather is a good example. It's always wrong in the paper.
Okay, there we have the three people. We're going to listen one more time. I'm going to show you the transcription. And please Try to complete this time. Yep. Then we're going to check. So as we are, let me check. As we're only 5, so 2 of you is going to help me with 1 person. For example, Jose Luis and Sebastian, you're going to help me with the first person, that is Jamal. Okay? Nady and Harold, you're going to help me with the second person, that is Jerome. And Oliver, hello Oliver, welcome. You're going to help me with the last person. What happened with Amanda? So please, I need you to listen carefully. Let's listen one more time. Pay attention, please.
Unit 8, Transcript 8.1, page 82, Exercise 3. 1. Jamal,
I have a very busy life, so I don't have time to watch the news. The news is so bad most of the time anyway, but I like to follow the soccer news. I'm a soccer fan, so when my team's playing and there's a goal, I get a message on my phone. I got a message to say that we won the championship when I was out of the country on vacation.
2. Jerome,
It depends on the news. I get the newspaper for local news and to find out what's on, shows, plays, movies. I usually watch world news on the television when I get back from work in the evenings. I don't like news about celebrities. To me, that's not news, it's just gossip.
3. Amanda,
I stopped buying the newspaper because I get information online. There are a lot of websites that give you the world news as it happens. Al Jazeera is good for news from the Arab world, for example. The newspaper is great. It's relaxing to read the paper, but when you buy it, well, it's old news already. The weather is a good example. It's always wrong in the paper.
Okay. So now let's try to answer. We're going to start with you, Jose Luis. Jose Luis, can you complete please the first sentence? What can you say about Jamal?
¿Cuál oración le completo, teacher? A la
Number,
number.
yes, number 1.
Eh,
What's the problem with Jamal?
eh, que dejó un mensaje, algo de los campeonatos.
Well, he loves soccer and he received messages when his team makes a goal. Yep. But Jamal doesn't find out about news because is he busy? Does he work? What's the reason? ¿Se acuerda qué significaba el verbo find out?
El verbo find.
Find out.
Encontrar.
Ok. Encontrar, enterarse, descubrir, right? So here we have that Jamal doesn't find out about the news because why? Why he doesn't find out about the news? ¿Por qué no se entera de las noticias?
Porque es una persona muy ocupada.
Okay, how we say that in English? He is.
He is.
¿Cómo es? Ocupado.
ocupado se dice busy.
Okay, busy.
Busy.
Right? Busy person. He's a busy person. Could be a reason. Yeah, why not? And okay, thank you so much, Jose Luis, but we're going to check. Yeah, but because I don't think that's the reason. Let me show you. Jose Luis, I don't know if you can read, but well, yes, I have a very, very busy life, so I don't have time to watch the news, right? Yeah, he's a busy person. He doesn't have time to watch the news. He says the news is so bad most of the time. Okay, that's it. That's correct. Thank you so much, Jose Luis. Harold, can you help me with question number 2? He thinks
Okay.
most news is...
He does not consider it news because he come from work and he only hears gossip on the news. O sea que no le gustan las noticias porque hablan sobre celebridades y solamente escucha puros chismes.
Okay, yeah, he only listens to some gossip news, right? He thinks most news is boring or it's not important, right? We can say that it's not important for him. He thinks most news is... Let me check. I know that probably it's strange to say some news is, right? Yeah, here you have. The news is so bad most of the time. Yeah, that's what he says. The news is so bad most of the time. He thinks the news is so bad most of the time. Okay, so now let's listen to Sebastian. Sebastian, what about number 3? Where does he watch the world news? Jerome watches the world news on the internet. Well, Sebastian, yeah, you are here. On the internet, on television, on the newspaper. You remember this one, Sebastian? Probably Sebastian is not here. Oliver, can you help Sebastian? Which sentence do we have here? I usually watch the world news on the television. So, Sebastian, what's the word that is missing here? Yeah, we're just going to finish with this exercise and that's it. We're done with classes. Or probably, can you help me? Where does Jerome watch the news, the world news?
Teacher, ¿será que lo puede volver a repetir? Por un momento se escuchó entrecortado y no se entendieron sus palabras cuando habló.
Okay, so number 3, right? Jerome watches the world news. What I want to know is where. Where does he watch the world news? Does he watch the world news on the internet? on the newspaper, on television, where?
He
He
por lo
watches.
por lo que pude leer era que he finds out on the internet. O sea que se enteraba todo por información en línea.
Well, no, because he's talking about world news. It was on the television. Yep. It was on the television. I'm going to show you, by the way. Think here. Right, Jerome?
Ah, era de Jerome. Yo pensé que el 3 era de Amanda.
No, it's about Jerome. So I
Ah,
usually watch the world news, right? Las noticias del mundo, las noticias mundiales, on the television.
yo me puse a leer el de Amanda.
Okay, no, it's not about Amanda. But anyway, thank you. Because here we're going to say watch, right? Watch on the television. Normalmente vamos a usar el verbo con watch, con televisión. So, Oliver, can you please help me with this one? Oliver, here you have number 4. He doesn't like. So, what does Jerome don't like? What doesn't like? Oliver? He doesn't like. Yes, Oliver, are you here or not? Anyway, we're just going to finish with this.
La que es la número 4, la que dice he does like, creo que en español es no le gusta, ¿no? O sea, y se va referido a lo de Jerome.
Yes.
Bueno, respondiendo a lo de Jerome, es celebrity news.
Yeah, perfect. He doesn't like celebrity news, right? So we're going to continue with that. I'm going to make zoom. And here you have. So Jerome doesn't like celebrity news. Thank you, Harold. That's it. Sebastian, are you here? I don't know if you're here. We're going to finish with Amanda. What does Amanda think about reading the newspaper? Amanda thinks reading the newspaper is... Pardon? Sebastian? For example, she says, I stopped buying the newspaper because I get information online, right? So she stopped buying the newspaper. She stopped.
¿Puedo responder eso? A la pregunta
Okay.
de had information online, websites, and el Hasera creo que era.
Al Jazeera.
Al Jazeera, eso.
Okay, Amanda thinks reading newspaper is... So she thinks that is old? Or what does she think? She thinks that is great, but it's old news, right? Si piensa que está bien leer las noticias en newspaper, but it's old news. Pero de todas formas van a ser noticias antiguas. Yes? No son new news. They are old news. A good example is the weather, right? She thinks the news in newspaper is too old. Yep. So I'm going to read this for you. For example, stop buying the newspaper because I get information online. There are a lot of websites that give you the world news as it happens. Al Jazeera is good for news from the Arabia Saudita, right? For example, the newspaper is great. It's relaxing to read the paper, but when you buy it, well, it's old news. Yeah. The weather is a good example. It's always wrong in the paper. ¿Sí? Piensa que las noticias del clima siempre son incorrectas en el periódico. Nunca son noticias actualizadas. They are old news.
Sí, exacto. Eso es respondiendo la pregunta 6.
Yeah. So, I think we're going to stop here because I know that you're tired from marching all day, and we're like 5 students, so it doesn't make sense that we continue having classes because your classmates are going to miss. But it was good for you to talk about news. Yes. Lo que les dije es que vamos a parar la clase acá porque el tema que se viene es muy importante y necesito que todos estén. Vamos a hablar de los verbos irregulares. Y también sé que deben estar muy cansados después de haber marchado toda la mañana, I think. So we're going to stop here. Yep. And we're going to continue on Monday. But please, yes, Harold? Pardon?
No.
Okay. Don't forget, please, to do your workbook. Yep. Unit number 7. Acuérdense que ya terminamos con la unidad número 7. So please start doing your workbook, unit number 7. You have until Thursday. Tienen hasta el día jueves para presentarlo. And I'm going to send you also the Richmond platform to do it, okay? So have a nice weekend. And yeah, that's it. Enjoy your weekend. Okay?
Okay, I'm going to complete unit 7 and 8. 8 también. Okay.
8, no, because we're starting unit 8. Sí, recién estamos empezando la unidad 8. But unit 7, we already finished it. Yes? Okay, take rest, please. See you on Monday. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, teacher.
Bye,
Have
José Luis.
a nice day, teacher.
Thank you,
Bye,
Harold.
teacher.
Bye, Oliver. Now I know that you are here. You didn't answer my questions, but thank you.